Welcome back, guys, to the Black Millionaires podcast. Man, we live. I'm the founder and CEO, James Hill.
And I'm the chaplain of the culture, Yo M. Div.
Yes, man. We had a lot of offline conversations. I'm so glad we're back podcasting, man. Life been lifing.
It has.
Moving, all type of stuff going on. But we back, man. And people been hitting us up like, where the podcast? Where the podcast? Where the podcast? So we definitely about to start back being consistent and getting our content going. Because the Instagram is growing. We hit 1 million followers since we've been doing.
I think it's 1,000,001.
Oh yeah, we had 1,000,001 now, but who's counting? You know what I'm saying?
Me.
But we got a lot of topics to talk about today. We got a sensitive topic that I don't want to come in because I'm the man on the stage. So I'm gonna let you bring this.
Well, you're the bros, bro. But yes, we want to start off with a bang, and I don't mean that literally. Remember the brick lady? She claimed that she was struck in her face by a brick from a black man. She was found guilty, sentenced to 90 days in jail after she scammed $42,000 on GoFundMe from feminists or sympathizers with what she claimed happened to her face.
Yeah, it was a lot of domestic violence groups, women empowerment, which they supposed to come in and help out and step
give money.
in.
I don't know if you remember how big her face.
Yeah. I mean, we looking at the picture. Yeah.
So her name is I'm guessing I hope I say this right. Roda Osman?
Roda Osman.
Oh, Roda Osman. Okay. She's a 36-year-old. And a lot of people, like we said, donated to her GoFundMe, and I guess now she's been tried and sentenced.
She got sentenced to 90 days in jail, and she has a tail on her jail sentence, which is 10 years of probation.
Now it doesn't say she has to pay the money back.
Oh, yes, no, she got including full restitution of $42,302.
Oh, I see that.
So she got to pay restitution of $42,302, which is how much she raised on GoFundMe from a lot of these groups and a lot of individuals. This was big on Twitter. This was a thing on Twitter for
This was huge on TikTok too.
Yes, it was big on TikTok.
And here's the thing. It was a lot of controversy behind this. A lot of people who apparently have been hit in the face with bricks before. I've never have, but they were like, "That's not how it looks when you get hit in the face with a brick."
I was one of those people who I fell off bricks before. I fell on bricks. Okay. I didn't scrape my knee. I didn't. Playing football in the street and you hit the concrete. So I know how skin looks when it comes in contact with a brick or with some type of concrete.
Gotcha.
And I was looking for some type of scrape, some type of ash, some type of, even if the skin don't break, the skin looks like it's been,
Yeah, textured.
Her face, looking at the picture, it was swollen. And it wasn't swollen. It was swollen a little too even, which lets me know it was more like a, how cartoon characters have boils? It was more like a boil.
Interesting.
And more like a...
It does look bad.
Yeah, it looks bad. So when you see the picture and you see a black woman crying, the first thing you do is, who did this to her?
Right.
She's saying this guy did this to her, so most people react emotionally. And then me, I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, I'm not reporting this because I don't think she got hit by a brick. Gotcha. And then if I report this and now we're sympathizing for her, she go raise $200,000 off our back. Now people are going to say, man, that lady you posted, the GoFundMe you posted?
Yeah.
I donated to that. Now she's accused of fraud. That's why I don't promote no GoFundMes. I did one GoFundMe. The GoFundMe, do you remember when the guy worked at Burger King for 30, 40 years, and then they gave him a email, a pat on the back, and threw him a party or something like that?
Yeah, they gave him a keychain.
Yes. So we posted that GoFundMe, and that man raised $400,000 or $500,000.
He should have.
So I'm glad to be contributing to that. But I wasn't going to contribute to this because I knew for a fact something wasn't right. I didn't know what it was, but I knew she didn't get hit with a brick. But then the big question was, what happened
to her face? So, what happened to her face? I think one thing that you said before is you like that you're seeing accountability for somebody who lied. And I like that I see accountability too for someone who lied, albeit for different reasons. Because when people lie, it undermines real victims.
It undermines the people who really getting hit at home, because we know we're not oblivious to domestic violence or
Right.
violence against women or violence against anybody. But when you lie, now think about the 7 to 10 other black women that come behind her that try to
And
go
who really
viral
were
or
hit
try
with
to
it.
get their story out. Nobody's going to believe them when they come out, and then they end up dead or something happens to them. Now everybody is sympathizing, saying, "Oh my God, maybe we should have listened to her." Because
That I mean, that happens every day.
it happens literally. It's happening right now as we
I was about
speak.
to say it happens
Somebody's
every
going
day.
through some type of domestic situation. But I'm glad she got jammed up. At first, I saw a headline said she got 10 years. I'm like, okay,
Okay,
she
that's
don't
a
need to go.
lot.
That's
But is
excessive.
90 days
But
too little?
it's 90 days. No, that's good enough.
Okay.
I think that should be the standard. You lie on somebody, you're doing at least 90 days.
At the
Especially
very
if
least.
you lying on somebody for something as serious as assault. And let's not even get into lying on somebody for like sexual assault.
Yeah.
You should do a year for that.
Yeah.
But the problem with those type of laws, and I talked to a lawyer about this, and I want your thoughts on this. The problem with laws that hold women accountable like that is it might make women who are actually victims think twice about reporting, even though you already know they don't report everything that happens to
I was
them
gonna say.
already. So it's like,
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that it already takes a lot of like internal work to actually report the violence that you've experienced. And I think this, doesn't just go for women. This, as far as like accountability, I think if you're going into somebody's courtroom and you are lying
yeah,
to the judge, you wasting everybody's time. And ain't nobody getting paid as much as that judge. So, um, but no, I think there's already so much work that people have to do with, like, you might have kids with this person, or this person's family might, feel some type of way about you already, or whatever. You already have to do so much work. If you know that you have to go to the court, um, yeah, you're not worried about lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not worried about looking like a liar. You've got evidence and proof and scars and everything else.
yeah, and then she tapped into the whole
Now, men need
hate
to
women.
be.
Men hate women. Women hate men. She tapped into that side of TikTok and Instagram where pitting two sides against each other, black women versus black men, and she specifically was saying like a black man did this, XYZ,
Yeah.
which riled up a bunch of groups that kind of pushed that narrative, and it ended really badly for her. So I'm glad people like that, because it was other
it's definitely an
situations.
example. Like she's kind of, because this is not the first time something like this has happened, and unfortunately, because guess who didn't go to jail? Johnny Depp wife didn't go to jail, and
No, but
she was lying out her teeth.
She was lying, she was lying real bad. She got hit with the defamation though. Like Johnny Depp, that's the only reason he got his career back is because he sued her.
He countersued, as he should have.
They found out she was lying, and then
now I do think you need I do think you need to go to jail as a man if you did hit her and you lying. Like, I think you need not just the actual domestic violence charge, but also put that lying charge on you too. Because if you had just admitted it, we could have just moved forward.
Yeah, but let's wrap that one up. That's kind of a a dark place. Like,
it is.
Sister going to jail.
Well, this next one is dark too, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a little lighter. It's a little lighter than that one. But CurlMix. I actually got to interview the founder of CurlMix at Black Tech Week in Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, years ago, man. But my audio was messed up. I'm good for messed up audio. I'm good for something, right?
We're trying.
But yeah, CurlMix, co-founded by Kim Lewis, says her business is on the verge of closing. CurlMix is a clean, natural hair care line founded by Kim and Tim Lewis, her husband. They're based out of Chicago. So shout out to the Midwest. I'm from Detroit.
Okay.
They appeared on Shark Tank in 2019. I'm not sure if you've seen that, but they rejected an offer for $400,000 for 20% of the company. And a lot of people was like, wow, why would you go in there and reject that? But they had a plan.
Okay.
So one of their plans was to raise money independently. So they used that leverage and raised money independently. They raised $1.2 million for 10% of their company in 2020.
Okay.
So that was great. By the following year, they launched another crowdfunding campaign, raising over $3.6 million in 30 days. So she's been raising a lot of money. The business launched a separate crowdfunding in 2024, which led to a $5.7 million raise.
This is a lot of millions of dollars raised.
This is tens of millions of dollars at this point, right? Well, now she put out a video that was surprising to many, that if she don't get 20,000 orders by the end of the year, December 31st, that the company is going to go out of business. So she said she needs 20,000 orders of an average of $100, which is $2 million, in the next 90 so days, or they're going out of business. The company had 40 employees, and now they're down to 14.
That's not.
She's doing this hashtag protect black-owned businesses for her brand, and it's not looking really good.
This has been the most difficult year in business. This year in business was harder than COVID, with tariffs and taxes and ingredient costs going up and shipping time slowing down. She said in a video shared on Instagram, our team went from 40 to 14. And that partially explains why, we've had some delayed orders. So they have had orders, but they've just been a little delayed and take longer to reply.
Yeah, and that hurts repeat orders, because if I buy something from you and it takes 2-3 months, now I'm irritated when I get it. The customer service isn't there. So now I'm hesitant to reorder because I don't know when the next time I'm going to get my stuff, which slow down traffic.
I was going to say, a lot of this is slowing down anyway. I went to the hair store the other day, and I was like, this is my last I'm going to have to make these ingredients scratch, okay? Yes. I'm putting water and conditioner, trying to figure it out. This is really sad because it sounds like, first of all, I never spend $100 on one purchase unless, no, I just never do it. And then it sounds like you need 20,000 orders just to break even. Just
to keep the lights on.
Yeah, just not to go under. Yeah. And then so what's going to happen? What's going to happen in 2 more months from now?
Exactly. What's going to happen next summer?
Yeah.
What's going to happen next year? So it sounds, and then now you're putting out this video. If I'm an investor, I don't want to put my money in that. I want to run away from that. But think about this. This is a larger context, right? Let's think about a larger context. 300 to 400,000 black women have been fired over the course of the Trump administration, or just over the last year, because they were letting a lot of black women go at the end of the Biden administration, but it's been really publicized.
But it was a huge boom.
It was a huge boom because of Doge.
So many people, I was about to say, work for the federal government.
A lot of them work for the federal government. A lot of fat start getting trimmed all over.
Fun fact, I was always told that if you work, and not just in my family, but also in college, that working for the federal government was like for sure money. So everything's changing.
Yes, everything is changing. So if you think about it, her target audience is predominantly black women. Black women, unemployment went up, probably about 2%.
The rate, yes.
2% this year. 400,000 black women lost their job.
That's crazy.
They're just basically making black women the forefront of losing their job this year, which I don't like. But
I mean, black people in general.
Right. So if you think about it, what's the first thing that's going to go when your budget gets tight?
The extras?
The extras, the hair care products and things like that you don't need to survive.
Well, you're probably just going to buy, your favorites. You know what I'm saying? So back in maybe between 2010 and 2014, you had a whole, this whole table would have been full with your Taraji P. Henson's line and Tracy Ellis Ross's line and this girl's line, and
now Beyonce got a line.
Beyonce's line, and you would have had them all I'm telling you, between 2010 and 2014, the way they were promoting hair care, especially natural hair care to black women, you just had everything. But now, the tariffs, and I was thinking about tariffs and how many American companies rely on products and ingredients overseas. Now that this didn't hurt China, this hurt American.
It's definitely going to trickle down to. It has hurt China, because think about this. This is how it hurt China. Okay, you're a business owner. You get taxed. So it's a tax on you. So
Right.
you're not going to eat that. So now you tax and you increase your price
Right.
on your customers. The customers stop buying as much.
Right.
So now you're sitting on
You end up eating
inventory.
it, yeah.
So now you got to eat that inventory. So now you're not a repeat customer of China. So it does slow China down because now you're not buying as much from them because you can't sell this first batch of inventory. So
Well, that's
it's
true.
hurting everybody. So I don't know who's really winning in the situation.
I was going to say everybody loses.
Everybody's really
but here's the
losing.
thing: when it comes to like exports that like China has for themselves, like say it is ingredients that you use in your hair care line. But guess what? This other company in the UK also uses that ingredient. So what China has been doing is they have been making deals with other companies in other countries.
Well, the problem
and
with,
all of
the
that has
problem
been going
is,
up.
yes, it hurts China, but it might take like
They're going to pivot
4 to 5% off their revenue.
Yeah.
That's not. We're going up against a whole country versus a small business.
Right,
So
that's
the
what I'm
impact
saying.
on a small business.
That's what I'm saying.
This might put you out of business forever.
Whereas they can pivot into,
They can pivot and they can weather that storm of 4 years of Trump with tariffs. So
that's the thing.
it's definitely a tough situation. I want to highlight something that people not really thinking of, but I want to. It's kind of an elephant in the room.
Oh, okay.
Why does she need 40 employees? I think there's a conversation we need to have about efficiency and over hiring as a small business. Do you know how much that would
like
be in
40
payroll?
yeah.
That's a lot
of money.
You're not, Instagram, the app was built with 10 engineers. Like, we have to be better at hiring.
That's true.
As small business owners, we can't grow and we can't expand. That hurts all of us. Expanding too fast, growing too fast. I don't think she needed 40 employees.
I don't think so either.
Like, if you look at some of the top companies in the world, like 40 employees and you raise $10 million, you supposed to be doing $100 million in revenue with that type of I don't know what she's doing in revenue.
Right.
But with that type of overhead, 40 employees in Chicago, because Chicago is not cheap.
No.
If you have 40 employees in, the middle of Mississippi somewhere, that's a little different. Your payroll is different versus 40 employees in Chicago. Chicago is top 5, one of the most expensive places to live and operate. So,
yeah, it definitely sounds like she probably needed to work with more like contractors, like maybe like distributing the product or getting a product from, but definitely you don't need like 40 individuals.
Let me say something else and then we can pivot to the next conversation, but this is really, really important. Black owned hair care brands don't get the capital that other brands get. We understand that. They don't have the lines of credit. They don't they don't get the capital and the investment. She was also in Ulta. And she was in a few Targets, I believe so.
Well, Target. That's
another big issue because once you put your product in stores, now I don't have to buy off your website. I got to buy in store. I'm going to go buy it to the local store. So now you're competing with yourself. Retail and e-commerce are two separate businesses. You probably need like 2 separate CEOs in different businesses for each.
Yes.
And that hurts a lot of black-owned brands because we don't have the capital and the lines of credit to go into retail. So now that marketing, you need 3 different marketing budgets if you're going into retail. You need an e-commerce marketing budget, you need a retail marketing budget, and then you need a marketing budget just to stay in front of the people, just to remind them of who you are, etc. Even though she raised all this money, she probably don't have the budget for all that. She got 40 employees.
40 employees.
You see what I'm saying? So you're stretching yourself too thin. You're in retail. You got 40 employees.
Yeah.
You're on the south side. I mean, you're in Chicago, one of the most expensive places.
And it's super saturated. Let's be honest.
It's you Beyonce. You're competing with Beyonce, Tracy Ellis Ross, Taraji P, Yale Organics.
Yep. And the list goes on.
The list goes on. Now everybody boycotting Target.
That too is a bad time. I mean, I hope she doesn't give up. I hope she don't either.
What I hope happens is she slim down, get more efficient, keep the business open. She probably could operate this business with 5 or 6 people.
Yeah.
Your husband, and 5 people, y'all should be able to get it in.
Yeah.
Or she should go to a 3PL. A 3PL is a fulfillment center Basically, they do all your fulfillment and all that.
Yeah.
And they fulfill for like 50 or 60 different brands, so they got a huge inventory.
Yeah.
So instead of they don't have to hire people, they already got.
They
the
already
people.
have the people, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably what where the investments should be. But I hope she doesn't give up. I was always taught that quitters never win and winners never quit. But I guess that's not the case for Charlemagne. Charlemagne tells Democrats to give up in the government shutdown.
We on day 37 today?
Yes, I think so. He says you lost the fight. And I seen this clip, it was more so him asking a question. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Black Information Network.
Yes, yes.
But they have a segment with the Breakfast Club. And so Black Information Network just keeps people informed about what's going on in the Black community or what could be important to people in the Black community. And Charlemagne's point was, and I'm going to try to be fair because I don't agree with him, but his point was that because of the big, beautiful bill that got pushed through, because the Republicans who were responsible for this bill,
they got the House and the Senate.
They had
so
exactly. So they don't need Democrats to pass a bill. So his point was health insurance premiums are already going to go up.
Yeah, we just reported on North Carolina. Just
approved the 36%
hike for the Affordable Care Act, which is Obamacare. So,
which is crazy. And so his point was just give up, let people eat, and get paid. So he's looking at the fact that, because also, to be fair to Charlemagne, he donated like 10,000 meals. Oh, no, 25,000 meals.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I did see that.
To New York City. And then he also donated 25,000 meals to his hometown
in South Carolina.
Yeah. So this man done donated 50,000 meals.
So he's doing the action, but on the global scale, he's basically saying, hey, give up. It's not worth the fight because a lot of people are struggling. Food stamps is getting cut off. It's a lot of government workers aren't getting paid. The air traffic control. I don't know.
And the holidays are coming up. That's
maybe we need a lot. I would amend this. I would vote for this amendment in the Constitution. I don't know where would we do this, but in Congress they need to vote that air traffic control. I don't care what they need to get paid.
They need to get paid.
If one airplane goes wrong, that's 300-400 lives gone. Like, that's too big of an impact. To be playing with. So I don't like that.
Yes,
I don't like that.
That's 300-400 lives gone, and that's the industry. As soon as these planes start falling out the sky, that is the entire industry.
UPS just had to.
Yes, a cargo plane went down. So especially because the holidays are coming up. Lord forbid you like to travel and you want to go to a different country or something like that on the holidays, because a lot of people don't like to be home on holidays.
Yeah.
And so now it's like, is it safe? Is it safe to fly? Here's the thing, Charlemagne. I think he is looking at the short term, which is important, but I think in the short term we can take care of each other as far as staying out the sky and feeding each other, but these healthcare premiums are going to devastate. He sounds like somebody who can afford the increase in health. You know what I'm saying? And that's not fair. Exactly. And that's not fair to people who cannot afford the increase in healthcare.
It's just an out of touch. It's an out of touch thing.
It's very out of touch.
It's very out of touch. But most of the people who are successful that are giving advice, Congress, the Senate, all of these people are out of touch just based off of, Congress is still getting paid during the government shutdown.
For sure, yes.
I think they need to get rid of that. Y'all don't get paid either. We pay the essential workers like the air traffic control.
Yeah, they need to switch
that.
And
now they cut that 10% of the air travel is being cut in major cities like Atlanta, DC, LA. Chicago, LA,
I think
Dallas, Houston.
I think a whole gate or something got closed at LAX. They shut down a whole wing.
They shut down the whole wing. So, I can understand what he's trying to get at, but again, he's
very out of touch. And then also, let's put it here too. There are a particular group of people right now who are going to be affected who are going to be affected by SNAP benefits, right?
Yeah.
There and that's a group of people. I think it's 42 million people who are going to be impacted by not getting their SNAP benefits.
Well, the judge um, said they have to give it.
Yeah, like the partial
So the
pay.
partial pay. So now I believe they're getting 50%.
Okay, but they're still being impacted, right?
Yeah. They're definitely being impacted because you got the holidays coming up
Right.
and all that.
But
Yeah.
the other part is everybody with health insurance, including the people on SNAP, who whatever their health insurance is, every single person who has health insurance is going to be impacted if we don't come to something reasonable.
Well, and you
And it wasn't reasonable to begin with.
Well, you got to think about this too. With the SNAP benefits or food stamps being cut, it's not just the people being impacted. Those people are not. It's not like they got extra money laying around. So
Right,
the
right,
Walmarts of the world, the
right.
Targets of the world, all these major grocery chains, their bottom line is going to be impacted too. So I guarantee you, at their next quarterly report, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, we missed revenue targets because the government was shut down. A lot of people wasn't spending. SNAP benefits was cut.
Right.
So,
but it doesn't make sense to me to save the 42 million to spite the, however many 400 million people who are in America with health care. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense.
This goes
to
to our point that we were talking about offline, socialism versus capitalism, and a lot of people leaning left, so far left to now they're doing the socialist situation in New York with Mondami, and I'm like, I don't agree with him. I'm a capitalist. I believe you could get out there and figure your life out, pull yourself up by your bootstrap, whatever, right? I come from poverty. I made it out. I do believe it's systematic things that are in place that are going. A lot of kids just not gonna make it out and be as lucky.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're the 20%.
Those who do make it out can make a life for themselves and can, be in middle class, upper middle class, or maybe you get rich, you get lucky, whatever, right? But let's just talk about socialism versus capitalism. If I'm a single mom of 3 living in New York,
yeah,
I live in basically a closet because New York is very confined and it's small. And I'm looking at Wall Street when I go to work. I'm driving past Wall Street, and I work at the local Starbucks, probably right there in Wall Street. And I see these billionaires, and I watch TV every day, and people like Elon Musk making tens of hundreds of billions of dollars. Their net worth go from 100 billion to 10, up to 200 billion, 10 billion in a day. And I'm supposed to believe in capitalism? No. So now this young guy, 34, coming around lying to everybody about free this, free that. You're gonna get. He said he gonna freeze rent. He said he's going to be free buses, free grocery stores, free childcare. Right. Shout out to New Mexico. They just did it. So he said we doing that as well, and he's going to do that by raising taxes on the top 1%. Right. The millionaires and billionaires in New York.
Now they talking about they want to move. You seen that?
Oh yeah, a lot of people are moving. A lot of people are.
I like to see it. So people are saying I like to see it happen. Right. People are saying, I want to see you do it. People are thinking that he's just making all of these promises that he's not going to be able to fulfill. And maybe he's not going to get every single one. But the point is he's going to at least try. It is on his agenda. Nobody is saying that he's not going to face challenges, but it's those challenges that people are pushing against. People already don't want the 1% to get 10x times their net worth. Yeah. And then they want to act all high and mighty. Well, I'm just going to move out of New York and you won't get my tax money anymore. Well, I want to see you do it. Because here's the thing. I lived in New York for 4 years. And Wall Street not going nowhere. No matter how much they want to huff and puff. Y'all are not. New York is still the fashion capital of the world. That's not going. Fashion Week not going nowhere.
I mean, either. Media. They still the top media.
Yes.
New York, LA,
so honestly, all of that is smoke. There's money in New York, and there's keep going to be money.
It's not smoke. So here's the thing, and an economist came on and broke this part down. Because of the way the tax system is set up, if one billionaire leaves, you got to replace him with 100,000 or tens of thousands of regular middle class and lower people.
Okay.
So it's 100 or I think it's like 152 billionaires in New
In New
York.
York. Okay.
Let's say 4 of them leave.
Okay.
Now that's the equivalent to tax bases and the tax revenue you get from that billionaire. That's the equivalent of 200,000 people leaving
Okay.
because of how the money works.
Okay.
The rich people do pay the majority of the taxes. We know this, but they're because I make, let's say I make 80,000 and I'm a New Yorker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pay 40% taxes of my income. The billionaire is only paying 16
I
to
was
17%.
gonna say, yeah.
So yeah, you're paying more, but relative to the percentages of what I'm paying,
It's no sweat off your back.
It's not even. Correct. So
And those aren't the billionaires we want around us anyway. So you can move to Texas or whatever you want to do. But the other part is, to my point about all of the infrastructure in New York, these companies can get taxed a little bit more too.
well,
So even if you
yeah.
got the 5, 6, I can live anywhere I want. I can give my tax money anywhere. Okay, but you still have different companies that you can tax more, and those
that's the
companies
part.
get incentives.
Now that's the
and-
part he do control. He
Yeah.
can raise the corporate taxes in the city of
Yeah,
New York
just
City.
a little bit. Nobody say,
He said 2%.
Yeah.
But that is enough to push a lot of these companies out because it's cheaper for them to move
Mm.
than it is for them to pay an extra 2 or 3%.
I really want to see them do it because this is my bet. My bet is greed is going to keep them right where they are because New York is one of the most populated cities in this country. You're not going to get that cash flow. There's only a few other places. Let me correct myself. There's only a few other places where you're going to get New York City cash flow. I think that greed is going to sit them put. But we will see. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Again, I don't agree with what he's doing, but I can understand. Because I've been poor before. I can understand why somebody who's in that mindset. Well, I would say this: I've been broke before. Like, poor is a mind state.
Mm.
Broke is like a temporary thing. You can.
It's
you know,
tangible.
It's some people who are just literally poor. They don't believe they actually can go educate themselves and pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. I don't know why I believed this when I was younger, but I did. But I know I got some friends.
Let's just try.
I got some friends who grew up in systematic situations like I did that I know for a fact they're not making it out.
Mhm.
So if they vote for Mandami in socialism, I can't get mad at them for believing in that because they don't have no hope.
But you know what's crazy?
Anyway,
You know what's crazy? Your whole logic of like why you were able to make it out of Detroit and own a company and become successful is because you believed in yourself. That's Mom Donnie. The reason why he got voted into office as a mayor in New York City and he's like, comes from immigrant parents and all these things is because he believed that he can make a change. Like, I
Yeah.
don't have to have this poor mindset of it just is this way and so it has to be this way.
Yeah.
So also, I think that he's taking on exactly what you say that you exhibit. It's like, no, I'm going to be the change. I'm not going to be the 80%. I'm going to be the 20% that actually makes it happen. So that's why, because I believe in you, James.
No, that's
I
a good.
believe
That's,
in Mom
no,
Donnie.
that's a good point. That even if our philosophies are different, the fact that we have a choice to go make
Yes.
change in the world that we see fit.
Yeah.
That's what America is all about. So, I mean, we can say socialism is anti-American, but what's anti-American is sitting on your ass not doing nothing.
Also, can I do one more point about socialism? We kind of have aspects of a socialist economy anyway. Like, we just talked about SNAP benefits. Like, also, like, the idea that America is anti-socialism, not really. Because when I was on unemployment, like, not only did I get an unemployment check for the 6 months, but I extended it for another 6 months. So I was on unemployment for a year. And all of that money was not all mine that I put into my unemployment. So, like, yes, we have socialist aspects, and yes, we rely on them, and yes, they are useful. And I think,
Well, okay. So the definition of socialism is the government controlling all means of production and productivity. So instead of like for example, that's how China.
Yeah.
Like if you do
Well,
business,
okay, so
China,
communism and
China has
socialism.
China has a sort of socialism
I was gonna say
because
it's a little bit.
every time you do business in China with any Chinese company, the government owns a part of their business.
Okay.
So the government can come in and control their business and control what they do.
I mean, you could say the same thing. There's federal regulations for all businesses, so you could kind of say the same thing here.
But I don't believe in socialism. What I do believe in, what we're going to have to do in the next 10 to 15 years, I think we are going to have to do some type of universal basic income,
For sure.
and where just as an American citizen, once you hit a certain age, you get probably $1,500 or something just to survive. I think that is coming because once AI get here and erase some of these jobs, it's going to be over.
There's gonna be nothing for nowhere for you to work.
Yeah, ain't gonna be nowhere for you to work or nothing for you to buy. I mean,
Yeah. It says here that socialism allows for private property alongside communal ownership of the means of production, and changes are typically sought through democratic and gradual processes within existing government society. So I think that
so that's the government basically running shit.
Alongside of private property and communal ownership. So the part about like SNAP and the part about unemployment is
So like everybody on
communal.
Snap.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Everybody get.
I don't want that though.
Okay, no.
Have you ever been on food stamps? I applied and got approved, but I turned them away.
No, for COVID, I got on EBT.
See, like
I just had graduated in 2021, and there was no jobs. So how I was supposed to eat? Like,
so let me tell you my food stamp story. So I was about 21, my third year in college. I had just bought a new car. I was always working. I always had like 3 jobs in college because nobody was helping me. So I had to pay for college out of student loans, and I had to pay for myself, pay for my car, whatever. So I applied for food stamps. I'm from the hood. I grew up on food stamps. So I'm just like, oh, let me see if I get approved. So I went through the whole application process. They approved me for $121 a month, which was good money, right?
Yeah.
That's good money for college. You going up to Walmart or you going up to one of these places.
Yeah, the food don't cost that much when you're in college because you're getting like ramen noodles and
then
stuff.
I still had a meal plan.
Okay, I got you.
So I was good. The reason I denied them and gave them, they basically turned it away.
Their card back. I gave them their card back.
Oh, I never actually got the card. I got approved like on the website.
Okay.
Or whatever, however you do it, and I just basically called them and like told them I didn't want to do it no more because they told me, and I don't know if they tell everybody this, but they told me I couldn't have more than $5,000 in my bank account. At that point, I had $4,500 because I had just got a refund check.
Oh wow.
They told me I couldn't have a newer car within 7 years.
Okay.
I had just got a newer car.
You don't need them stamps.
So, exactly, right. They told me I couldn't make a certain amount of money. I couldn't make over like $30,000.
They said, James, food stamps is for poor people.
But I was broke. I was poor. I'm like, no.
No,
but
you think you poor. They're
so
like,
I turned that shit away. I was like, no, you know what? I don't need this because what it's going to do is stifle me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to.
I did not encounter those challenges because it was COVID. So all I had to do was not have a job. And then the minute I got a job, I gave them their card back. So I used the system. And the same thing with unemployment. Like, I was on unemployment for 6 months. And then I extended it for another 6 months because I was in school and I was getting a certificate. And then I did another program. So after I was in school and then I got situated because I got the student loans, I didn't need the unemployment anymore. And obviously I tapped out because you can only get a year now. So, it does make you think, like, should there be a limit on how long you should? Me, I don't want to be on social services unless I actually need it. And then once I did...
Okay,
and I will tell you one story, though, to me. When I got my job and I called EBT and I told them, I said, hey, I got a job. I don't need the card anymore. He was like, well, how much are you making? Because you could still use it. We'll lower it. I'm like, no, I'm making, X, Y, Z. And he was like, oh. I'm like, yeah. Like, I was never... He was
that begs the
surprised.
question: how long should there be a limit of how long you can receive food stamps, Section 8, that whole not like should there be a limit? Because one thing Trump is I don't know I don't know if he put this in law, if he did executive order, but he did say this.
Okay.
Is he wanted to be to where everybody who's on receiving food stamps, not everybody, like if you're disabled or if you're older, you know, whatever, but the young people who can physically work, you have to work or volunteer at least 40 hours a month in order to continue receiving your food stamps. So you got to go work, even if you work minimum wage, even if you go volunteer at the local not country club, at the local library or school or whatever. You got to be doing something productive and get signed off by a supervisor for 40 hours a month in order to keep your food stamps or keep whatever you're doing.
Well, a lot of people are already doing that though. Like the only people I know who were on like food stamps and didn't necessarily work were people with children or people who are.
That's the problem. That's the issue you're gonna run into with the.
I was gonna say, but
yes.
for the most part, like the able-bodied people, it's really hard for you to be able-bodied. And
did you see the senator from Alabama? Oh, that shit was so funny. Listen, when I'm doing content and I see something like that, sometimes I drop to my knees. I be like, content is, I know this is gonna go viral. I just know it because that shit was so funny. He's talking about a lot of y'all inner city boys need to be working
in Alabama. God, it is so hard for able-bodied people to get stamps. Here's the thing. You really have to have extended food stamps. You have to have a disability. Do you know that?
Well, I didn't know that.
Yes, to have extended food stamps, you have to have a disability or have children, and so you can't work for some reason. You know what I'm saying? So there's people who are physically unable to work who get food stamps and social assistance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there are also people who have like, you know, bipolar syndrome or really bad anxiety or like they literally can't sit down like us and do this.
Yeah.
And be good at a job. So I think the other part about it too is the idea that there's a lot of young men in Alabama that need to get up and work.
Well, no, he didn't say Alabama. He said the inner cities.
Of Alabama. He literally...
Well, I think he was talking about America in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I think he was talking about America in general, basically. Like, it's a lot of men, able-bodied, in these inner cities that are sitting around on food stamps, and a lot of them need to be working.
I beg to differ. There's a lot of able-bodied men who are selling drugs and out here cooking.
Well, yeah, they need to be working. That's what he said. Well,
they're not.
The only reason they selling drugs, they ain't got a job.
Yeah, but they ain't on Snap either.
I knew some drug dealers that was on Snap. I ain't gonna lie.
No, that's diabolical.
I knew some drug dealers that was on Snap.
No, it's one or the other. You either sell drugs.
Because you're not getting income, so it's like, well, yeah, I'm gonna get some food stamps too.
That's crazy.
Even though they
jail.
driving,
I would send them to jail not for the selling drugs, just for being on both.
I mean, they sending
audacity.
people to jail. What about the young lady that is getting like? There's an active case in Michigan. A lady selling her stamps. So basically, she was going viral on Facebook. She on food stamps and she doing a bake sale, selling plates and selling sweets online.
They got a case. I mean,
they got a case, but not really. I mean, now if she bought it directly with her food stamps, they got a case. But if she bought it with cash,
yeah, it's hard.
It's really hard. Just because I'm on food stamps don't mean I can't start some type of business. But that's my point. They want to keep you down. Like in Section 8, my auntie was on Section 8. She had to lie like she couldn't get married. She wanted to get married. Like,
oh yeah, there can't be
her boyfriend
somebody
proposed. She like, no. We can't do this. We can't like actually get married because if we get married now, your income is going to become my income, and they're going to kick us out of this nice ass apartment that they just built, Section 8. So like, it's a lot of that.
I think there needs to be some cushion, Like for me, not everybody's gonna be able to just get their car back because I had no problem giving them people their stuff back, but I think for other people they need like a support. Like, okay, this is your income. All right, we're gonna give you a year to like get yourself acclimated, whether that is doing the bake sale thing or figure out what you need to do in this next 365 days. Because I do feel like, no, you got two people contributing to a household. Why do you need food stamps?
I mean, I think it's just a crutch though. I mean, if if everybody's on this, that is in a lot of
But
these
here's the thing,
cities,
but if
how are they
both of
going to get
y'all,
off?
okay, look, both of y'all can't be like cashiers at the grocery store. That's why you know what I'm saying? So that's why the two incomes that might be their argument. Like we still don't make enough
Right.
to have like, to get fly. But I think the other part that it should be is like, okay, figure out what else are you qualified to do and how you could get qualified. So back to unemployment, because again, these services that help. When I was on unemployment and I went to school with them, they were like, here are the jobs that are in demand. You can get certifications for X, Y, and Z. Now, if you have again, back to the majority of people on stamp have disabilities and things like that. Now, if you have some type of learning disability and you want to get married, I don't know. Like maybe that should be case by case. Like you literally can't apply to get the certification. You literally, you don't necessarily have the capacity to work because just the cognitive skills are not there. But for everybody else who is of able body and mind, there should be some type of support. So to get you up out the grocery store and get you a good job.
Yeah, but
That should be their commitment to people. Like let's get them good jobs.
I think it's going back to even a Mandami like conversation. I think it's bigger than just people not having money. It's people really being poor because they okay. I always say this: it's being poor or being black in America in 1940.
Yeah,
it used to be okay. You can't do this because you're black, not because you're smart, not because you're black. But now that's not enough because if you black, but you got 100 different things going well for you, become Obama. You see what I'm saying? Think about it.
Obama also had a white mom, but okay.
They think about it. The only slight people was trying to have against Obama.
He smoked cigarettes.
It was some type of racial undertone because he
for
went
sure.
to the best schools.
Yes.
He had the best education. He had the best resume. He was a senator, so it's not like he didn't have any experience. He was a community activist and organizer.
Yeah,
He was a Harvard law professor. Like, come on,
let's give it up for Obama.
He had everything, but then they like, well, he black. Well, okay.
Well, how black is he? He's from Kenya.
You know what I'm saying? So now our communities are devastated because it's not that you're black. It's you black and you poor. Oh, you black and you're uneducated. You black and you're unsafe. You black and we're redlining your community not through the loans.
Yeah.
Through insurance.
I mean, you're black and you went to the worst schools in the United States.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like even though trying to tell these people go get a job, they can't comprehend information. They read on the third grade level.
Yeah. Especially those in Alabama. Let me stop. Let me stop. I don't mean that.
But let's be honest. They read on the third grade level. How are they going to actually go
get the certificate and get the?
You can open all the schools and stuff you want.
Yeah.
If
we're working at a disadvantage here.
If they don't comprehend, if they're hungry, they're not going to be able to.
But like I would
comprehend.
I would say that's not most people. Even if you can't save everybody, you know what I'm saying? They still need to do more. Is I think what your point is. No, you're not going to be able to save everybody, but there are some people who like just need that leg up. There's some people who don't. There's some people who are just not going to. It's not going to happen.
I mean, again, a lot of this struggle in the economy is going to hit some of these companies. McDonald's just came out basically saying, hey, broke people not shopping with us no more.
But
Chipotle came out and said the same thing, like, hey, people, they didn't say broke people, but they said what? Gen Z. Millennials, they like, hey, they're not shopping with us. We have a big issue going on. What the issue is, people ain't got no money.
I was gonna say, so Chipotle came out and said that they're the main group and demographic of people who purchase from Chipotle, which is their 18 to 25, want to get a little quick bite.
Right.
They're actually prioritizing going to the grocery store and cooking and buying essential things that they need.
Yeah.
And I just told you I'm not going to Dunkin' Donuts no more because they raise because they raise everything.
No, but no.
Now, I might not be in that 18 to 25, but I still don't feel like
it'd be the principle sometimes.
Yes.
It's like, damn, y'all going up again on it. Like, okay, I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to just get ripped off.
Yes, because now I'm living on my knees.
Yeah,
no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm not about to get ripped
so
off.
I didn't even know people were still going to. I'm so health conscious. Like, something you need to know about me. I don't know if you knew this, but like, I don't eat meat. Like, I eat like fish. Like, I'm like a pescatarian.
I was about to say a pescatarian.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But so I didn't know that people were still going to McDonald's.
Man, the last time I had some McDonald's, and before I had that McDonald's, I didn't have McDonald's
for a long time.
A long time. Man, I'm gonna sound like some privilege. I'm just
it's okay.
I'm trying to give y'all a heads up.
You young and turn. It's cool.
But we didn't go to the Super Bowl, but we went to like a big party around the Super Bowl, hosted by Shaq.
That part.
Kind of light flex. Me and Shaq got the same birthday, by the way.
Dead.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Not the Shaq flex.
So in Phoenix, where they had it at,
okay,
for some reason, all the restaurants was closed. Like, they didn't have the capacity to handle all the people that was coming in. So instead of them just like hiring a whole bunch of people doing it, they just shut down their restaurants.
That's crazy.
So it was like in a 10-mile radius, the only thing that was open was McDonald's.
That's crazy.
So I had to get me a McChicken meal.
So McDonald's had their doors open. Why?
McDonald's the only one that was open. I had to get me a McChicken meal, and that motherfucker, I ain't gonna lie, it was good.
McDonald's is like that $2 hoe that you go always like depend on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, McDonald's that one hoe that's just gonna always hoe.
Yeah,
and don't want nothing.
I can't eat it every day, but when I did, I'm like, damn, I ain't had these fries in so long. Like, damn, I ain't know the McChicken. But it's still expensive as hell. Like, a McChicken used to be $1. Yeah. I haven't bought a McChicken.
How much is it now?
That motherfucker probably about $3.50.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie.
A McChicken, let's look it up.
I ain't gonna lie. Halloween was a doozy.
Let me see.
And November 1st at like 6 a.m, I was like, is McDonald's breakfast open?
McChicken and $3.10.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that just the sandwich?
Cents. Yeah, that's just the McChicken sandwich. It's
no fries, no drink.
They say it ranged from $2.69 to $3.29, depending on the area. No fries, no drink. You can wash that shit down
no fries.
No. We got one more topic that we didn't have on here.
Which one?
But I wanted to go through. This is real. This is funny. I'm a Jay-Z fan now.
Oh,
so
I know where you're going.
We're not about to do this. I'm a Jay-Z fan.
We're not about to do it, but we're going to do it.
Jay-Z, paternity case that he's been fighting for 10 years with the dude from Philly or New Jersey.
Talking about this.
The illegal battle has been dismissed with prejudice, meaning it can't be refiled. The 30-year-old Ramir Satterwhite claimed Jay-Z impregnated his mother back in the 90s before Jay-Z got rich. And apparently his nickname was Rock back in the day, Rockefeller. And the mother died. So she died like a long time ago. So she obviously isn't there to testify or do anything. And it was like his auntie that was like really going to bat with this. But the dude, it was so weird because the dude would file the case, drop it, file it, drop it, file it, drop it over the last 10 years.
He was getting paid.
And I guess Jay-Z never got, you think he's getting
I definitely think he got it. That's why it was file, drop, file. Why? Who else do that? Oh, okay, the check gonna clear. That's what I thought.
I don't know. Well, not as dismissed with prejudice. Yeah. So you think he got it? Yeah, he got it.
If I was,
I'm a Jay-Z fan. I'm a Jay-Z fan. I'm gonna just say that I'm a Jay-Z fan. I got the Ace of Spades. Got the Ace of Spades
got
bottles.
The book somewhere. Jay-Z. Yeah.
Rock Nation. The whole.
This is what I think. He needs to just go ahead and test Jay-Z mama. If that's his grandmama, then that's his daddy.
Well, you can like opt out because a lot of celebrities do this. They opt out that their DNA or their ancestry in a lot of these companies. You got to like go through a long process with lawyers.
Jay-Z mom is from where I'm from. Like his grandma lived in New York, but his mom was in Trenton, New Jersey. That's why. He went to Trenton High for a year. Okay. So she ain't hard to find. I could probably find her. And if you don't want to test, if you don't want to test his mama, test Blue Ivy.
Well, you ain't gonna be able to get to Blue Ivy.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you're not gonna get to Blue Ivy.
I think what he needs to do is test somebody in Jay-Z family, because I think going after Jay-Z was the mistake in the first place.
Yeah, he a
got
billionaire. He got way
too much money.
influence, money.
Matter of
power.
fact, the way one of my cousins got caught up is because the girl didn't know who the daddy was, and so she put the baby DNA on 23andMe, and my cousin's daddy came up, and my cousin's
what if I got like some kids out here?
Look, then don't put your DNA online, because they will find you.
That's crazy.
That's the thing. And so that was another way. So my cousin's dad was like, "Well, I ain't knocked nobody up." Okay, and then all the brothers and sisters started coming up. So they're like, "Hold on." So then the girl gets in contact, and they're like, and she's like, "Hey, like, I think your son is my baby's father."
Yeah.
So, a hot mess with all of that. But I think that's the best way that he could. I think the best workaround is dismissed with prejudice. It was a losing battle. Even if you had a case, Jay-Z has the lawyers. What did you say? Leverage.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
And then it looked like you clout chasing and all of this, but he kind of looked like he favored. He looked a little bit though. I'm not gonna.
No, it definitely looks like it. And then, no disrespect for Jigga, but I got 99 bronze up above her. You said 99. I mean, it was never an issue as far as like him being able to get with different women. So, but I also, in Jay-Z's point to like want to dismiss this, kind of opens up the floodgates a little bit if he don't shut this down. Like, how many other women are going to...
And I'm not about to keep constantly giving my DNA, testing my DNA, because it might end up...
One of them, go ahead.
Because think about this as a man, and let's just be honest. Like, as a man, you can make a baby in 9 seconds. That's
9?
all it takes. It don't even take that. 3. Let's be honest. 3 seconds. Whoa, it's over.
That's
a woman has
men
to
are
be
the inferior beings.
A woman has to be, but a man can impregnate
a whole
100
bunch,
women
at one time
in 90 days, and a woman gets pregnant one time for 9 months.
I can't even imagine it.
The idea that if you putting your DNA out here and you this billionaire, you might end up finding somebody.
Oh yeah, somebody.
Even if he not your child, it might be somebody else up through Philly or New Jersey or Delaware.
That's what I'm saying.
Might end up.
It opens the floodgates. So
I understand, Jay-Z.
He had to protect.
You ain't no.
He had to protect his interest, and his interest is his family. And
Blue Ivy watching her net worth
dwindle away.
Just keep dividing every time this month. Like, hell no.
No. He got 3 kids, and that's the kids that he's standing beside.
And then think about this. He'll be the heir to the throne. Like, he's the oldest son.
Yes.
So, like, this kid you didn't raise that grew up poor, like, he's like, apparently he's like a teacher's aide somewhere in Trenton or in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he ain't, like, he's struggling. Like, he ain't got nothing going on.
You know what I hate for him? Because I hate that it's dismissed for him, because if it would have went to trial, right, and if it would have went his way, it would have been like, oh, dang, Jay-Z, yo, daddy, that's what's up.
If it's me, I'm riding that wave. I become a streamer, YouTuber, just lying. I'm riding the whole wave.
I'm Jay-Z's son.
But
now,
even need no DNA.
because it's dismissed, it's kind of like...
I would make Jay-Z and them sue me.
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
And for NDA... I make them pay me.
I would make them. I would have rode the wave so hard. I would have been doing interviews. I would have been doing content. I would have been trying to rap like them.
Yeah.
I would have been doing all that. Wear my hair like them. I would have been doing all that. And then y'all sue me. Oh well, if you want me to stop, then I'll just do a DNA test. Then that's easy.
Yeah.
If you sue me, now you got to come with the prove it. Mm-hmm. If not, I'm doing
it's freedom
my
of
thing.
speech.
It's freedom
of speech.
If it was me, that's what I would have did.
But
I would have became a streamer. I'd be on Kaiser stream.
Instead of like moving forward with the...
I wouldn't have sued Jay-Z.
Yeah.
No, you can't win against him.
Well, now it kind of is like, dang, you ain't got no daddy. That's a shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, now it look bad. Yeah, now it look bad.
And he like 33, 32, something like that.
Imagine. Well, you know what? Honestly... Cause look at 50 Cent and his son. And that's it. His
Well,
son
but
looks
that's
just
my
like
whole
him.
point with the
And he
50
don't
situation. If I'm 50's son, I don't need no help from 50. I look just like 50.
He
I'm
look
doing
just like
Tubi
him.
movies. I got a podcast.
Nah, 50
I'm
petty.
streaming.
50 petty. And 50 got money. If
But let
you
me tell
work
you
with
this.
somebody that he don't mess with, you can guarantee that he'll never work with you.
But he ain't gonna never work with a lot of these motherfuckers anyway, though.
Think
So
so?
I understand. Like for example, if I'm 50 Cent's son, I'm creating me a podcast. I'm creating me some merch. And I'm going on all these people's shows. I'm reacting to 50 music. Whatever 50 is doing, I'm going around doing interviews.
I'm trolling him.
You're a millionaire just off of being 50's real son and looking like him.
Yeah.
I honestly think if 50's son start hustling and really start working and putting in some work and independent of 50, I think 50 will respect that and be like, damn, man, let's sit down, let's have a conversation, because he respect that you're doing what you need to do as a man. What 50 don't respect, and he say this all the time, is you 27, 28 still talking about child support, and you brainwashed by your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And like
I owe you money instead of you going out here and
come on, bro. Like you a millionaire just by who you are.
I think 50 Cent also in his heart though too, because that's the same little boy who like took a picture with the guy who shot 50 Cent.
I did hear that.
And honestly, that's almost unforgivable.
I didn't confirm that.
I didn't see the picture.
I didn't see the picture, but I have heard that rumor before. And if that's true, then
that's what I said. It's almost.
It might be. We might be done.
This is probably why he's cooked, though.
Yeah, you might be cooked. I probably If somebody tried to kill me and you like on their side, or
even in a little bit.
But I mean, it could have been. He could try to frame that and be like, my mom.
He was a kid. He was not. He was.
Okay,
young.
that's what I'm saying. You
young.
Grown as hell now, so you understand the context. Like I was a kid. My mom did this. I was under my mom. Now, if you do that at 25, you a grown ass man. You know what's going on.
Yeah.
So if I'm 50 and my son start working and doing this, now I'm gonna always keep an eye out. I'm not gonna have you living in my house.
I was about to say.
I would.
50 not built like that. And like Jay-Z not really built like that either. Like
once you cross them and
there's
a
done.
line,
it's
just
done.
like the Dame Dash, like there's a line.
It's done.
Honestly,
honestly, I'm like that too. My line is not as like I feel like their line is a little more sensitive. Like you can't work with certain people. But nah, like once you cross me, I don't know you. Straight up. Straight up. I don't know.
Make sure I keep you in the good graces, because I ain't trying to get iced, man.
Stop.
But man, listen. I appreciate y'all. Go like, comment, subscribe.
Let us know what you think about some of these topics, because we
send us some topics, because again, a lot of these topics, I didn't even see the Jay-Z thing until earlier, and somebody sent it to me, and I'm just like, damn, we're gonna talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Apparently that happened. That was
because you're right. There is some revenue for him it to be made if he wants.
Yeah, there's money to be made. But at the end of the day, you can't be a sucker. And I feel like going out, like just looking for a handout. Like nobody respects that, especially as a man. Now, if it was a girl, now there's allegations. There's a daughter out there. There's allegations.
I've heard that.
I've seen the interviews. Now she ain't saying nothing. She probably really getting paid. But you respect the girl more than you respect a guy going.
You be
around.
like, man, give her some money.
Yeah, go and give her a few dollars. Damn, Jay, like, come on, like, you make $50,000 an hour.
Yeah,
like, come on, like, let's not do that.
Dang, but $50,000 an hour.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, dude, an hour.
I wouldn't be on this damn podcast. I'd be in the Maldives somewhere.
I'm done.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. Subscribe. Make sure you comment. Send us the content.
For real.
Always. We coming back next week.
All right. It's the Chaplain of the Culture. You could follow me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram at Chaplain of the Culture.
And make sure you guys follow me, James Hill TV, and Black Millionaires on all platforms.
That's a wrap.